And by Allah's rahmah, by abstaining from these luxuries, it's not difficulty upon us, it is actually a measurement of advancement upon us, that we are now going through this self-cleansing, self-introspection to validate what is my value in this world. That when a child is taught, that is why children also should be taught at an early age to fast. Some parents think, oh, my child will starve if they fast. This is incorrect. Or they will be dehydrated. Well, you control it. If they appear dehydrated, break the fast. But let them learn at an early age. Why? You might say, well, but why should a child have to learn at an early age? Because when you teach them to abstain from their norms at an early age, hopefully they will develop strong willpowers to be able to sustain themselves when they're adults. Because our biggest problem in this world is willpower. Imam Ali alayhi salam says, he says the weakness of a man is on the basis of his desires. That if I cannot control my desires, which are wrongful desires, and if I cannot control them, then that is my weakest link in my life. As much as I worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if that weakness lingers in me, it will be destructive. And this God consciousness is extremely important, not mechanical, brothers and sisters. You know, it's fascinating. I just heard Dr. Sakadishra was just talking, something very fascinating at the camp. He said, Shimr Valjoshan, the man who beheaded Imam Hussein alayhi salam, fought with Imam Ali alayhi salam Safin. He used to pray Salat al-Layl. He used to read Quran fluently. Was so pious outward. Shimr, the man that we know was one of the worst human beings in Karbala, was so pious appearing outwardly, okay, was very prayerful, did not miss his prayer. And yet he committed that crime. What was the difference? There was probably no introspection, no clear analysis of oneself, and to validate one's own position, which then leads you to be adaptive to the environment. And that adaptation, moral adaptation, is deadly, because relative morality, where an individual now is going to shift their moral positions on the basis of who's in power for the day, is a deadly person. To turn around and behead the very son of the man that he was under is an indicator that if a human being does not have constant introspection, we will not achieve success. And Allah has left that upon us to willfully direct ourselves towards. So let's just not put our hands up there and expect angels to come down and clean up our hearts every day. That if I put my hands up and say, you know, رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً, that suddenly an angel will come down, put his hand in my heart, take all the black spots out of me and just polish me, you know. Autopilot just because I put my hands up there? No. It doesn't work that way. It will never work that way. What works is constant struggle. Constant. And there is an elegant reality that I'm realizing more and more as I grow older. There's an elegant reality that Allah protects our free will. That protection is so, as I would say, it's so holy in the creation of God. It is so essential in the creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that while we pray, Allah does interject, but His interjection is in the realization of what we need to do. But we have to move towards it.